that. So
Why not? We can
why,
create. Let's just start playing around, and then I would love to. It could also support whatever you're doing with YouTube, if you
yeah,
need,
that's
if you
great.
need space for things to happen. Okay,
That's
so I'm experimenting with putting this live on YouTube.
great. Let's dive in.
So tell me about the mirror of the mind.
Okay, Armin.
Yes.
With the Silva method, it's one of the most used tools, and it's the tool that really you see the results right away. Even with your first use, you don't need a lot of background, you don't need a lot of studying. You basically just need yourself and your imagination. So let me just read it right from the book for you so you can get an idea. With the mirror of the mind, you can use visualization and imagination to alter an existing situation and create anything you desire to do, to be, or to have. Two important keys to the success of the mirror of the mind is that you use the alpha level, which is a deeper level of mind, and that you build and recognize a solid, supportive belief system with your faith. You must have faith. Faith is made up of three major components, which are desire, belief, and expectancy. Now, expectancy is something I talk a lot about. You can't have a, a desire without the expectancy that it is going to manifest. You're just shooting yourself in the foot if you have a desire, but you walk away and you're like, ah, that
Not
will never
possible
happen.
anyway.
Yeah, you can't, it just will never happen. So expectancy is huge. When one of these three factors is strong enough, it may carry the others. And when there's enough desire, then there may be enough energy available to ensure the success, even if the belief and the expectancy are weaker. All of these factors, though, must be present. That's very important. All of these factors must be present to some degree. So it's belief, desire, and expectancy.
Hmm.
There's a desire. If there's a desire and it's not very strong, then it takes greater belief and greater expectancy to get results.
Hmm.
Desire is a motivating force urging you on. I think desire is the primary force. I mean, you wouldn't have the idea of even manifesting something or creating something in your life without that burning desire. Ask yourself these questions. Do you really desire what you are programming for? Do you really need it? Is it important to you? Does it serve a purpose in your life? Does it solve a problem? There is a much stronger desire for necessities than there are for luxuries.
The
Your con-
necessity right now is our world. Our world needs is great need of necessity, like life and death.
right, and all of a sudden we're waking up to that. Your consciousness does not like you to work on make believe problems. Your intelligence is meant for correcting real problems. The bigger the problem, the greater the need, the stronger the desire. When faced with a life threatening challenge, there is tremendous desire. We're witnessing some of that across our nation. Belief is an acceptance about you or about a situation. It sets the blueprint. Belief sustains that while you wait, you have subjectively created to manifest in the objective dimension. Belief sustains you while you wait. So ask yourself the following questions. Do you believe you are worthy for what you are seeking, or the situation merits a solution? Do you have any doubts regarding the situation? Do you really believe it could happen? Now, expectancy, this is probably my favorite of all the topics. I don't hear you for some.
Believing it's possible, accepting it and feeling it before it even happened inside your body, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Love that
You know,
part.
my best example is children when they go to visit Santa. If you watch a child, as Jesus said, you must be like a child to enter the kingdom of heaven. Well, this is the kingdom of heaven, by the way. We don't have to do anything. But if you observe a child waiting online for Santa, he is standing there or she is standing there just all a bundle of smiles, gets right on this stranger's lap and says, I want my new fire truck. When that kid gets off Santa's lap, does that kid say, it'll never happen? I know I asked, but it's impossible.
That's what adults would be doing that. You're right, not kids.
No, exactly. Adults would be finding 5 reasons why it just could never happen. But that child has the expectancy. And right up until the morning of Christmas, the glow. Boy, if we could just live like that. Expectancy is the facet of belief that is confident of the outcome. Confidence comes with success. This is why recognition of your successes is valuable. That's amazing, because talking with others about your past successes really brings it and keeps it as a real thing.
We've been very successful, but unfortunately, because of the belief systems that we've internalized, we forget so easily everything that we've done.
Yeah, and our mind naturally wants to negate any successes.
All the time.
It just focuses on the negative by default. So to override that by keeping your eyes on your positive and your gains. So take credit for your success as you use the mirror of the mind technique. Practice whenever you have an opportunity so you accumulate many successes. When you're functioning in the mental realm, do not make forceful efforts as you would in the physical world. This only creates tension. It tends to bring you out of your meditative level or the alpha level. No matter how separated the components of your present reality are from what you actually want to create, your mind operates in a manner to allow your goals to happen. Programming for future conditions as if they have already happened. Believe you have already received in the mental dimension, it already exists. You have already created what it is you desire. It is important for desire, belief, and expectancy to be just right, and this will help ensure the manifestation of your goals. That was a mouthful. But boy, yeah. But boy, that could be life-changing.
That alone is like every little part of this Silva method has so many layers of life change. But then it's like, how do you apply it again and again and again?
Well, that's the whole thing. That's why it's called programming, because we're actually reprogramming our minds. We wake up one day when we decide that, we're going to expand ourselves, and we have to first become aware of the programming that has been in us and taught to us since we were born, since we were tiny humans. And now we're going to take back that control and reprogram ourselves. And you can't give up. You have to really just make it your own life study. That's what we're about.
From what I've been reading on the topic, I think a lot of those voices inside of us are parental voices that we've internalized as our own, and they mix, and then at a point we don't know what's my voice, what's her voice, his voice, or the person's voice in front of me.
Absolutely, Armand. We have to understand that everybody that helped to shape us has been doing the best that they could, whether they were parents or teachers or aunts or uncles or nannies or caregivers of any sort, best friends in high school. We thought we wanted to be the cool kid, so we were programming ourselves to create what that looked like to us. So it comes from all different sources. A lot of what we think aren't even our own original ideas.
It's someone else planted that seed in there, and we are the soil of the experience.
Right. So this is a great. I find it's the best way to spend your time is A, observing that this is true, and B, going in there and becoming aware of these programs, and then you want into your own mind.
I'm with it.
It doesn't happen overnight, but I really believe that in manifesting and changing your exterior, these 3 elements no matter who's who has written it before. I mean, Jesus said, as you believe, so it is done unto you. So these three things, belief and expectancy and faith, are the elements. They're really the elements when you break it down. For me, if I put expectancy right on top of my belief, I want to buy a new car.
Mm-hmm.
I will not put a negative spin on it because this car is just a piece of junk and I can't stand it another day. I will instead drive myself, which I have done before, to the dealership and smell that leather. It sounds so crazy, but it's
Smell the leather. I love it.
Yeah, it feeds you. So you have some expectancy in there, and it actually is in your meditations or in the mirror of the mind, or when you spend time alone with your inner man. Sit in that car. It's so nice. Or be on that vacation. If you want to go to the Caribbean, feel that sun, see the turquoise water, whatever it is. If you want to feel healthy, if you don't want to have pain in your hip, take time in your meditation to walk freely and become aware of how fluid your body feels. And that's building expectation. That's building faith. That's building your interior man to have an outward manifestation.
Because if we don't feel it inside, we won't be able to allow it outside of us. We'll
Right.
It unconsciously.
And I get lost in that interior, visualization that I'm making. It's when you start doing it, it's actually as good as having it because you're spending time in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's something you build.
Should we do a little one and then we can?
Absolutely. So
I
what
can
we
lead
do?
us in the relaxation part, and you can lead in leading the.
Yeah. Do you want to go over the programming right here?
Yeah.
About 57, the blue and the white, and just give everybody a little bit of a background of how we take our present moment and create a future moment.
Let's do it.
Okay. I love it.
Would you like to do it, or would you like to do it?
All
right. So the one about explaining programming.
Yeah, just there's like a meme on the bottom of 57.
The white frame and the blue frame.
Yeah, just give them a little background how it goes.
Okay. So when we're gonna close our minds in a moment, we're going to create a frame, and inside the frame there will be a picture, and the first frame will be the picture with a blue color on the outside of the frame. And inside of that picture, when we're looking at it, it's going to be some negative situation that we're facing presently. It could be a negative habit. It could just be a negative thought. Like, oh, I'm really feeling anxious right now. Oh, I'm eating too much. Or I'm not eating enough. Or I'm doing too much movement. Or I'm not doing enough movement. Or I need to do more exercise. Whatever the problem is that's facing you is going to be encapsulated inside of that blue frame.
Yeah, and I like to make that frame vivid blue. And what's in there is when you turn to somebody, they say, no, man, you don't understand. This is my reality. No, how can I change it? This is my reality. So put your reality today in that blue frame.
So it's like seeing it really bright, right?
Yes. And really what's happening right now. Emphasize it. See the details of it.
Love it. So then after we do that for a moment and we kind of revel in what we're facing there, then we're going to look to our left, right? And then when we look to our left, we're going to see another frame inside of our mental picture, and that's going to be a white frame. So based on what you're saying, it's going to be a bright white frame, like really bright, like looking at the sunlight bright. And around it is really bright light positivity, and we imagine the kind of better version of whatever we were looking at. So instead of being anxious, we're feeling really calm and happy. Instead of maybe overeating, we're imagining ourselves doing a really calming activity. Instead of sitting around and complaining, we can imagine ourselves sitting in a room, but doing physical activity and sweating and feeling really well.
And
So,
the feeling of fulfillment.
and
Yeah.
expecting it and feeling it.
Yeah. You know, Armin, what I like doing is I put a little tech technological twist on it. I swipe left with that blue frame.
Ooh, I like it.
I swipe left, and then there's that white frame. And inside of that is, you know, enjoying a beautiful plate of fresh fruit and vegetables if you're trying to change your eating habits, and just feeling the juicy deliciousness of it, or seeing yourself fitting into the jeans you want to, or the soulmate you're looking for giving you a hug versus, you know, the breakup you're faced with and you can't stop ruminating over in the blue frame. So just
I love it.
like just soak yourself in the vision of how you want things to be. And again, the details, the more you can put in the details, the better. And at first, don't beat yourself up if you're not getting a lot of details. But if you could just pick out one thing, like, you know, how you feel. Sometimes I translate this moment into that moment. Like I feel my seat bones on this seat, but I'm really on a seat facing the Caribbean Ocean instead of being in, you know, a 45-degree rainy New York scene, you know.
That's crazy. My friend who lives in the Caribbean just called me the moment you said Caribbean Ocean. I swear. My friend who lives in Martinique. He was just called. He lives in the Caribbean.
That's great. I must have just hooked right into him on there. Yeah. Those intuitive powers, I tell you. Okay, so you want to try it, everybody?
Let's do it. And we're not going to tell anyone where to go. We're just going to allow them to go where they want to. But we can.
Oh, yeah. You can. This is so personal. This,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're not getting, you know, really vivid images at first, if you're trying this for the first time with the blue frame, swiping to the white frame, revisit it again. Do it in the beginning of your meditations. This way you just soak yourself in the white frame image and then go into your meditations. It's really a nice way to open.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm totally with it. And we always need help visualizing because. One second, I'm just going to close the door. I was just commenting before, we live in a world where we use the outer world to visualize for us. Whatever we're looking at, a TV, a screen, YouTube, Netflix.
Well, that's why it's called television. They're telling you a vision. So that's why, you know, they're not kidding. And you watch your favorite program. They are
They're
programmed.
programming you to do what you want.
They're not lying to you. It's right there. They're hiding in plain sight, telling you they are programming you, and they're telling you their vision. So,
And you internalize it.
Yeah.
Can you hear this?
Yep.
Okay, good. All right. So you're gonna just quickly feel the top of your eyelids, and even if they're open, they're going to start becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. And they become so heavy that there's actually a weight on your forehead and on your eyelids. And they close. And take in a big breath in your nose, and a very slow, gradual breath out of your mouth. And then one more time in your nose and out of your mouth slowly. We'll quickly relax our body in order to eventually relax our mind in preparation for the Mirror the Mind activity. With your eyes still closed, relax your forehead, relax your scalp on the top of your head, relax your mouth and the muscles around your mouth, relax your throat, relax your shoulders, relax your arms, the muscles in the bones. Relax your chest. Relax your lungs. Breathe deeply into them. And release. Relax your stomach and all the organs. Relax your hips. Relax all the muscles on the upper and lower back. From inside of the back and inside of the chest and outside. Relax your legs. Relax your hands, your feet. Your whole body is relaxed. Now you'll bring forward with your eyes closed your mental screen, and quickly you'll imagine the number 3 times flashing on the screen. Very good. Taking a deep breath. Imagine the number 2 3 times flashing on the screen as you breathe out. And now imagine the number 1 as you breathe in, flashing 3 times on your mental screen as you breathe out. Very good. You're in a deeper state. I'll count from 20 to 1, and you'll be even deeper when I reach to 1. 20, 19, 18, deeper, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, deeper, 1. You're in a deeper state. You can hear this sound behind me. It's the theta sound. It's the sound of you in a deeper mind wave length. And now you're going to imagine in front of you a screen. And around the frame of the screen is a bright blue. And inside of the frame, you see something happening to you or in the world that really bothers you, that annoys you, that upsets you. With the utmost detail, observe it, see it, and feel it. And after you've gotten a good image of it, we're going to do exactly as Jean just said. We'll swipe to the left. We'll look to the left. And we're going to see a new image of yourself or the situation inside of a white frame. And in that white frame, you're going to see a renewed, a newer vision, as Jean was explaining before, with expectancy that whatever you're seeing, you're expecting it already to happen. Whatever you're feeling, you have that desire of that feeling to already be inside of you. And it's already part of what you want to have happen, and you believe that is possible. So you're going to see that with the utmost detail, with the utmost images, with sounds, the feelings, so that it may be so. Whatever the new you is, may be so. Begin. And accompany it with a slight smile on your face. good job. We're now going to return and take a deep breath in and release it. I will count from 1 to 5. This mirror of the mind can be practiced at any time that you want. Once you program it in yourself, it is there and can be reviewed. I'll now count from 1 to 5. When I reach 5, you may open your eyes and you will be awake. You'll feel more realized, more enlivened, and enlightened. 1, 2, 3. You will feel light, happy, and filled with joy, knowing that you can choose the white screen over the blue screen at any moment that you need. 4 and 5. You may open your eyes gently, rubbing them if you need. And you're good. You don't have to put them in your eyes. You can if you want to. Pushing that good energy you built in your hands.
Oh, Armand, that was wonderful. That was really wonderful. It was spending time in the white frame, and I hope everybody saw their expected desire in that white frame and just reveled in it. So now you can go at any given time to back to the mirror of the mind technique, and you should revisit it at least 3 times per week. But
Why
when
not
you go,
every day?
yeah, that's right. But when you do go back, you never need to do the blue frame again. You go right into the white frame in your visualization and just revel in what you see, the outcome, the feeling. Enjoy, feel that smile on your face, feel the expectancy, feel the sun shining, whatever it is. So we've used this, and we're using the physical world, our expectations, desires, and beliefs, like farmer uses the soil to plant the seed.
Hmm?
So we have now planted the seed for our expected creation.
And we need to keep replanting it based on all the beliefs that we've internalized from the past that pop up again. So that's the replanting with the color of white and the image of it being
That's
better.
right. That's nourishing the seed. That's going in and watering the seed. I love using those metaphors. They're timeless and they're always true.
I'm
Yeah.
with it.
Yes. Thank you so much, Armand. Thank you for
Do it
having me on
again.
too. It was a great time sharing time with you, as it always is.
Let's make it fly. So we'll be back here whenever anyone wants. We're gonna share more, and hopefully we get more Silva folks involved.
Great. I look forward to it. Thanks, Armand.
Cool.